You'll need 6 chicken thighs for this recipe. Boneless and skinless is what I asked Mick out at Gippsland Premium Meats for. The only prep needed is trimming off any excess bits of fat and any little daggy bits that you think might dry out. These are now ready for some flavour. Now onto the marinade. Into a bowl, you want to add the following: 1/4 cup of light soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of gochujang paste. This gives that nice spiciness and also awesome colour. 2 tablespoons of honey and 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, 1 tablespoon of rice wine vinegar and 1 teaspoon of freshly grated ginger, and 2 cloves of garlic that has been minced. Whisk this up and mix all the ingredients thoroughly. Then add the chicken into the marinade, and we're going to mix them up and make sure each piece is fully covered. Then cover this with some cling wrap. Now just pop this into the fridge for at least 2 hours. This is going to help all those flavours mix, mature and help season that chicken. Now if you aren't taking the time to season your food long enough, that should be illegal. Before anyone jumps in and says this isn't a traditional Korean chicken recipe, I know that. I'm clearly not Korean. While the chicken is soaking in its let's get on to making a spicy mayo. Into a small bowl, you want to add 1/4 cup of mayonnaise, 1/4 cup of sriracha sauce, and 1/4 cup of honey. Excuse me. And then just mix this up thoroughly. Then just push it aside for later. Today I'm using a 57cm Weber kettle, and I'm pairing it up with a kettle cone and Heat Beads original briquettes because I want to be grilling indirectly with a temp of 240 degrees Celsius today. How I'll do that is by putting the kettle cone in the middle of the charcoal rack. Then I'll 3/4 fill the chimney starter with briquettes, light them up, and once they're fully ashed over, I'll dump them in the kettle cone. Don't forget to carefully put your grill back in place. And then I'll pop the lid back on, making sure all the vents are wide open, and we're going to give that grill 10 minutes to warm up. A cold grill ceases to be cold when it's exposed to heat. Science, it works in mysterious ways. Now cooking time for this recipe is 60 minutes. Or for those of you who love to use my beer timer, you're looking at a 2 beer cooks. Oh. Cheers. And once the grill's had time to warm up, we can spray it with some cooking oil. As the metal in the grill heats up, the pores are exposed and they expand. So by spraying it with cooking oil, we fill those holes and voila, we've just created a non-stick cooking surface. Once everything's oiled up, we can get the thighs on the grill, placing them around the outer edge of the cooking grate, because this is where that high heat from that kettle cone is being forced. We are essentially air frying this chicken. Pop the lid back on. Now because we're using indirect heat, we won't get any fat flare-ups because we're not cooking directly over our fuel source. Did you know the Weber lid vent creates a hot spot? As the cold oxygen is sucked in through the bowl vents up and around our fuel, it is then forced back out through this lid vent. So to ensure you get an even cook, I recommend turning the lid 1/3 of the way every 20 minutes during the cook. By taking the extra time during the cook to spin the lid, we're just ensuring we don't dry that chicken out and it stays moist.
Ooh, smart!
One day you'll be happy. Making sure your food is properly cooked is key here. Any cut of chicken should be taken to at least 74 degrees Celsius internally. Because this is dark meat, we can actually push it a bit further, and we're going to take it to 80 degrees Celsius. And we're going to guarantee that we have no death chicken. We cannot count this as Korean chicken unless we add a burn your mouth out, sweet, sticky, spicy glazing sauce. So into a pot, you want to add 3 tablespoons of gochujang paste, 2 tablespoons of fartless honey, 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, 1 teaspoon of rice wine vinegar, and 1 teaspoon of light soy sauce. Add this over a low heat and we're going to stir it constantly until it's warmed up. Now there's no need to simmer or boil this. We're not trying to thicken it up. We're just trying to warm it up before it goes on the chicken, because no one wants to put cold sauce on hot chicken. The chicken thighs have been grilling away for 40 minutes, so it's time to glaze them and ramp up those flavours. Working quickly, we want to brush on this glaze, making sure each thigh gets drenched in this sauce. And there's no need to coat both sides. This glaze packs so much of a punch, one side's enough. Put the lid back on and let them ride out for the last 20 minutes of the cook. When you use 2 slices of bread and put various pieces of food in them, this is called a sandwich. When you grab a burger bun and you put stuff in it, doesn't matter what it is, it's a burger. Beef burger, lamb burger, pork burger, chicken burger, fish burger. Doesn't matter, they're all burgers. Stop calling them sandwiches. Time's up, let's make a Korean chicken burger. We just need to get the thighs off the grill. Look at the colour of that. Seriously, look at it, look. We'll need the bottom of a bun. We're going to add some kimchi and then add a spicy thigh. Top this with some spicy mayo. Give this a lid and then shove this in your mouth and enjoy. Oh, oh, oh.